Hello there, this is Rom Wills, and I'm coming back at you with yet another video. Successful black men want trust and loyalty. Yeah, a couple videos ago, I talked about, I had Game for the Sisters, spotting that successful black man. And like I figured would happen, many brothers chimed in. And there was a consistent theme in the comments. Because one of the things I talked about was how women, particularly black women, need to get that guy early before he's successful. And many brothers, they co-signed it and they said, look, we want that day one woman. That woman that was with us in the trenches, that woman who, was ride and die with us, the woman that helped us build it up. Because see, here's the thing. Understand one thing, and this is not just about black men, but all men in general. We ain't into all that romantic shit. Save that for the romantic book industry, save that for like some romantic comedies. Men by nature, we do love. Don't get that twisted, but it's not that romantic illusion love. Our love is going to be based on practical shit. And it's going to be based on things like tolerance, responsibility, fondness, but several things, but two most very important things are trust and loyalty. That black man got to trust a woman. Now, I'm just going to put it out there. It's not easy for a man, once he has done all the hard work, all of a sudden have a bunch of women in his face talking about, how fine he is and all of that. He cannot trust their intentions. In fact, a game that many, and this is a game and I actually condone it, a game many successful black men will play is that they will have two cars. They'll have the late model, like luxury car, whatever they like. Luxury car, SUV, I don't know, Bentley. I actually knew a brother with a Bentley. Or, rather, a hoopty. Guess which one he'll show up to a first date with a woman in? He'll show up in a hoopty. And in fact, I knew one brother, he'll show up to a date at a pickup truck. And since even though he was a corporate brother, he was also somebody who had a side business of doing some contracting. So he'll have painted that pickup truck and everything. He'd show up. And they will do that just to gauge the woman. Because understand something. All the love, and I know women got that rescue fantasy and meeting Prince Charming, and some guy has some money who can take them away from their bills or, help them raise those badass kids they had with Pookie and them. But the man looking at it differently. Reason why? Because we the ones paying the bills. So we have to know, is that woman really in our corner? And understand that trust thing even goes beyond relationships. Because many a successful brother can attest to getting to a level of affluence, getting to a level of really making some money, moving on up. And all of a sudden he gets relatives coming out the woodwork. Some might have known him when he was a child. Some of them are like Johnny come latelys. He's not even sure. It's like, how you get like third cousin removed and stuff. Like you might have seen him or something at the family reunion and he probably didn't talk to you then. Then all of a sudden you get big and it was like, they'd be like, baby, you got so big. And you'd be like, who the fuck is this woman? And then, of course they hit you up with some money, say, because y'all family. So, that trust thing is very important. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Many successful black men There's a whole bunch of them out there who actually don't get married for that reason. Now I know some sisters they'll see some brothers married to some white women, which there's a dynamic there. I'll get into that in a second. But most of these brothers don't get married, or maybe especially if they had children during their struggle years and the woman didn't hang out. They might just be like peace to her, let her go. Pay that little bit of child support, and then make their success. And shoot, they'll get a vasectomy because they don't need kids anymore. And some of them, they'll travel to different countries and whatever. And that's not even just a black man thing. All these sex tourists and stuff like that, or men getting wives from overseas, that's mostly a successful white man game. So there's a lot of stuff I'm talking about here. It's not just for brothers. Man needs to trust the woman he's with, because think about it from the man's point of view, right? I want y'all to seriously think about it. A lot of women, they see stuff from their point of view, but they don't think about it from the man's point of view, right? And the fellas, y'all already know what I'm going to say, but from the man's point of view, think about it. Think about, six figures seem to be, a common milestone, due to the fact that the overwhelming majority of people in Western culture don't make that much, no matter who they are. So say a man makes it to that point, he's making even low level six figures, right? He meets some woman. It's cool. He thinks she's cool and everything, and they get married. She pop out a baby. She decides that she hasn't fallen out of love yet with Ray Ray. And so she decides she wants to get a divorce. In fact, had a conversation with a divorce attorney one time. And he said many women, they putting him on retainer 2 years before they actually file. So a lot of women, they see that man, they already planning to get out of it. And truth be told, that man need to do a paternity test on that child. Because, it's kind of funny that kid look a little bit like her ex-boyfriend. I'm just saying. So, think about it, though, from that man's point of view. All of a sudden, she wants to roll out. She's getting child support. She's probably getting some other stuff depending on how much money he's making. He don't get access to that child that may or may not be his. Shoot, he got a lot to lose. So, a successful black man, he gotta be able to trust that woman, And see, here's the problem, and this is what I was going to get into the interracial relationship part, because that's what most people seem to see. They'll see that brother get successful, then get him a white woman or something. And this is something I got from that book I mentioned before called Money Issues in Black Male-Female Relationships. The author, who was a black nationalist, who was against interracial relationships, he had a good perspective on it. He said the thing that has to be taken into consideration is that even if that man is successful, even if that black man is successful and that white woman marries him or something, or a woman of any race, in most cases, she's making a sacrifice. Because even in this day and age, that's still, somebody's going to spit on her. Somebody's going to have an issue with it. I mean, that's a reality out there. Somebody, she's going to face some type of, she's sacrificing something to get with that brother, regardless how much money he makes. You might have an immediate family that might be supportive of her, but there's going to be somebody. So basically, she got sacrificed. She might be getting a little bit out of it, but she's sacrificing. She paying a price. Contrast that with some sisters, and I have to agree with the brother on this. What are they sacrificing? It's like it's lottery all the way around. They not sacrificing anything to get with that brother. If that brother's making $1 million, he flip houses or do whatever, he's making $1 million or high six figures, or even like, one of those non-entertainer millionaires that we have out there. What is she bringing? What is she really? What's she sacrificing? A career that she probably didn't like anyway? I bet she becomes a happy housewife right away. A stay-at-home mom right away. Because quiet as it's kept, there's a lot of black women out there ain't trying to be all up in corporate America. And in fact, that might be a little movement that's coming up. A lot of them trying to figure out ways to work from home any damn way or do something, get their hustle on, which I encourage, to be honest with you. But what is she? Well, she's not sacrificing anything to get with that brother. In fact, if she play her cards right, whatever she doing, he'll probably support her. But that brother has to trust her. And see, the problem is it goes all the way back to the beginning. How can a man trust a woman who wasn't there when he was struggling? Because see, here's the thing. Here's a reality, and I'll use the example of Will Smith in this. When Will Smith was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I mean, that, he was famous. That was running several seasons. Because of some tax trouble, after The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air went off the air, that dude had to move back with his parents. And a reality, and this goes across all levels of success. Most millionaires, or well, what is said is that the average millionaire will go bankrupt 3 times. Even our president, even our president elect, has gone bankrupt. Is a normal thing. So that brother, even though he's making that money, he wants to know: is this woman going to stick with me if I go through some hard times? And that's a very important thing. Is she there for the money or hard times? So trust and loyalty become important because those two are interrelated. Or is she going to be the type, as soon as something happens, she's out the door? And this is especially the case. This is especially the case if he's really building up. He's building up his portfolio, building his business. Who's going to stick with him? And is she the type going to be loyal to him during that period? If they going through a period where, he can just work just enough just to keep basic bills on, but can't take her partying or on trips or buy her a bunch of stuff, is she going to still hang in there? Is she going to be the loyal type who's going to say, baby, I got your back? Hey, I'll make this hamburger helper last a week if I have to. And that's very important to a man. Forget all that love stuff. Forget all that Prince Charming stuff, that Hollywood stuff. Men are practical. So trust and loyalty. That's the main thing. That man has to trust you. And he can't trust you if you are Johnny come lately. I don't care how cool you are, how beautiful you are, how much y'all click. Men are we're not romantic. We're practical. We're going to be sitting back thinking, all right, she cool now, but what's up? That's why I say that game I said men play, and I condone it, have the hoopty. And I'm going to tell you the truth, that's something I do now. Now, I'm not making like 7 figures or anything, but if a woman asks me what I do, I don't tell her I write books. I really don't. If I'm just meeting her, I might tell her later. I tell her, you know what I tell her? I tell her, I do manual labor. Because if she meet me, it most likely it's going to be like just when I'm out and about. I just said, no, I just do manual labor. That's how I keep my bills paid. Now, if she's still cool after that, then I was like, oh yeah, well, I got some side hustles too. But other than that, that's the gauge to trust, because trust is a major thing. I got to be able to trust you. I got to know you want me for me. And, the money ain't a big deal. Yeah, I know it's important in everything, but if I think you want the money more than you want my personality, I can't mess with it. And most men have that feeling. And even though I said this was about black men, shoot, I know some white men the same way. They the exact same way. Asian men period. Men period. We need that loyalty. We need to be able to trust you. So anyway, that's it for this one. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.